I'm Jay from The Humankind, and I'm stoked to be welcoming Slade McFarland from Mates in Construction, joining us today for Kōrero about the amazing work they've been doing, basically helping out our people out there. So welcome, Slade. Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. A great privilege to be here and working with you guys.
Sweet. So tell us about Mates in Construction and what services you offer the people of Aotearoa.
We're an organisation that we get around to mostly all the work sites around New Zealand, just to provide those kind of, the skills of actually how to deal with someone that is struggling on their work site. Generally, we only try to look after ourselves at the end of the day, but if we can try and help the next person beside us, because, sometimes that person that's right beside us that we work in the trenches together with, sometimes we know them better than our own family members. And it's in our best interest to look after each other because, it doesn't take one person to build that facility or the building they're on. It takes a whole group. So it's all about just working with the person that we have and just offering them help at the end of the day. We really have the services, from ourselves as field officers right down to working with our case managers, just to provide that bridge so we can get our guys and girls who work in our industry the help that they need.
So what range of people do you find come to Mates seeking support?
Oh, it's all ranges, from all different ages, So, the reasons why Mates has a diverse, crew is because we have a lot of young guys as well and girls. And it's just about trying to make sure that we kind of look after the whole spectrum of mostly all age groups, because at the end of the day, it's all different sizes of people. And no matter what that looks like for themselves personally, in regards to the troubles that they're dealing with at any one time. So, we're dealing with everybody across the board, from all ranges, from ages, from young guys right through to our older ones, that have been in the industry for a long time.
So, what message would you like to give to people who are listening right now, who might be struggling?
Well, it takes 10 things of courage to actually, ask for help. At the end of the day, we're really trying to encourage, especially our males. We're not the best at talking when it comes to our own problems. We kind of very reserved. We keep that to ourselves, but we got to share that in a way that, we can try and get the help, because at the moment, a lot of our men, are suffering in silence because, sometimes they don't know where to start, let alone know where to get their help from. But because Mates has been on site and trying to show their profile, let alone, their awareness of what that looks like, we're just trying to encourage them, it's not weak to speak, so let's do something where, we can change that avenue where they're going, and hopefully it's for more of the positive.
And what message would you share with the wider public who aren't aware of the high rates of depression and suicide in the construction industry?
I think one of the messages is that we need to talk about suicide, because the thing is, it's the big white elephant in the room. And because reasons why we say it's such a heavy subject, well, it's only heavy because we don't talk about it. Mm-hmm. We need to have that open kind of transparency where we actually have that discussion, because we know that talking is really, really important, and being able to share our problems with each other, because as they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. And as you keep sharing, hopefully the impact of what that looks like for themselves can actually generally kind of diminish, or actually get to the point where they feel comfortable that, they're actually getting the help that they need at the time. So that's the message I'm just trying to make sure that a lot of our men can open up and hopefully get the help that they need. But, they just got to get past themselves, get past the pride and the ego, and just to make sure that, that we can change the outcome. So that's pretty much the message that we're trying to ask across our industry. These days of hardening up and take a concrete pill, well, these days are gone. This is about productivity, but in the most positive way, where we try and change that outcome as much as possible for whatever reason that may look like for them.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Yeah, pride. It's
100%.
No matter what ethnicity or cultural background you have, it's always hard.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, for a lot of our, for myself, personally, if I can't share what that looks like, the hardship, then hopefully, we're not empowering other people. We're actually just closing ourselves off. So knowledge is power, and power is to inform. And the best information that we get out there, the better our decisions are. And that's what we're trying to do, is create more options for our men and women in our industry.
So what's the best way for people to contact Mates if they need support?
Our number is 0800 111 315. But also, I'm not unaccustomed to actually giving my number out. So you can call me on 027 77 88 154. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, sometimes we need that connection as quick as possible. But, we do have our 0800 number. We do encourage others to actually use our EAPs if they have the resources there. And the EAP is an employment assist program. And also they're looking at our 1737. I think it's just more the number to try and help online assistance or, online 24-hour counselling. So it's all about trying to give as many options as possible, but generally, Mates is 0800 111 315. So that's the best way you can get hold of us. You'll always, during the day hours, that you'll possibly get one of the field officers. If not, you'll go through to the crisis line, and then they'll actually inform us of what that may look like.
Awesome, and that's a 24-hour service, because I guess all those feelings sort of creep up in the early hours of the morning or late at night, right? So I guess when people
100%, so like everything we've always said, suicide never sleeps. It can be on anybody's mind at any one time, but we're just trying to provide that service where hopefully we can catch it early. But it does determine on the person's courage to actually ask for help.
In this current age and our current climate, how bad is it now? Are you finding an increase?
Well, I think the thing that we have found is that it's a trying time. Yep. From looking at the country, we went into orange December 30th, and 2 weeks in, and we went straight to red light. So to go from a complete lockdown, especially for Auckland, it's a trying time, because a lot of people are trying to get their heads around what does it look like for red light, or what are your restrictions or rules around that. And plus the ongoing battles of mostly the vax versus the non-vax, and how companies are having to treat that in a way that, because we're finding ourselves in a position where the shortage in not just resources, but human resources to actually get the job done, because we just realize that, there's a lot of stresses coming on board. And then obviously with Omicron on board, that isolation, depending on how long people are having who have been positive, and for the close contacts, these are long periods of time, and it's going to be tough, when families have been isolated for that long period of time. What does that look like? And that puts a lot of pressure on monetary. Some of us have got rent and mortgages to look after, and families to look after. So so this problem is not going to go away. And even though it's over mostly a period of time that we're thinking that it's in a 4-month cycle that we're looking at, it's going to be trying times. And a lot of the workforce itself is going to find a lot of problems come up as they go along, and it's just trying to manage it the best way, and really just to try and take care of our people when they're going through that whole transition. We'd love, as much as possible, know those people that are struggling or have been in isolation, that possibly we might have to get out there and help and deliver food for these people that are in that position. So it's really trying to connect them with the community. And that's what it's all about. It's about our community and how we can actually support them and walk them through, depending if a lot of them actually end up being positive for COVID.
You obviously work with a few other organizations when you need to.
We're in a position where we've been supported by industry. industries where we get our funding from. We'd love a lot more help from the government, but at this time moment, we've had a little bit of help, and that means it's put a lot more pressures on our resources because we actually need field officers in Dunedin. We've got one in Christchurch. We just need someone to marry up with them, partner up, and we're looking at Wellington. So at this time and moment, we've only got really mostly 7 field officers on the ground. We just need more of them. So we're having to really work and think smart about how we can actually get around to our sites because we're in high demand. And when it comes to, trying to support our men and women in industry, it can be tough just for us too. But, we really, we know we need it. And so we just want to try and make sure how we can actually service that the best way possible.
Before signing off, any message you'd like to communicate? Obviously, you've just mentioned support. It would be great if more people can come on board. It's definitely a worthy cause. It's amazing what you guys are doing. So, yeah.
Oh, brother, all I can say is thank you to humankind to get our message out there. Every platform is all positive as far as we're concerned. But the biggest thing is please take up the challenge of actually trying to change the course of where you're going if you are struggling. It's just one phone call away, or just even to the point where you can actually talk to a good mate that can actually that you trust to actually have that conversation. If you do need help, please, I know it takes a lot of energy even as a man to actually ask for help. But the thing is that we don't want to lose good men and women to this thing called suicide. So please, take up the challenge, change the course that you're on, and all it takes is 10 seconds of courage. If it's not just to help a mate, but even yourself who are struggling, to reach out and actually ask for help. So that's my message, really. I think I couldn't ask for anything better than that, but to be brave, and that it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to do nothing about it, and that's the message that I love to send out to our teams that are out there who are suffering in silence. So thank you very much, THK, for giving us the opportunity to be on your platform.
Thank you, Slade. Yeah, so coinciding with the release of this interview, we'll also be releasing our next track, which it's called Find My Way, which deals a lot with navigating through, life's many struggles and pitfalls and, the blockages that sort of stop you from progressing. So, yeah, anything that we can do, aligning with the likes of you guys is really important in helping us to get our message out as well. So thank you.
Oh, no, I think it's beautiful, brother. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the song and something that, hopefully we can promote as well because, exactly that. It's sifting through, that mist that we have in front of us, and hopefully we come out the other end that we can actually see it clearing, and hopefully, we see our mountain. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure each and every one of us have our own goals that we're all striving for. But sometimes we do have that heavy mist that comes in, and hopefully we can navigate our way out of it. So thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Cheers, brother.
No, awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Well, we'll see you around the tracks, eh? Thanks.
That'll be awesome. Easy, eh? I look forward to the song, brother. It'll be awesome. Too much. Thank you. Cheers, brother.
So tight, I wanna let go. I'm scared of you. ends drawing near, will I ever be sure?
Feeling lost, stuck inside of my head. Where am I going to? And end up where the next day? I'll be searching for a better place to go and hide. Break out of my mind, will I pray?
Cycle will be broken till finally one day you let go of it all. The hurt, the suffering caused by whoever or whatever doesn't have to take control of your life. You need to sever these ties that bind.